All right, so we were talking about the feedback that we get on the radio station just through mostly social media now. Very rarely do people call. I get calls every day on my voicemail, but it's usually just Medicine Man. And then another guy, I checked my voicemail the other day for the first time in a long time. The guy, he's like, I have a vodka or a whiskey or something. And he's like, and I'm throwing a party and I want to come on your show to promote the party. And I was like, interesting. That's called advertising.
Yeah.
Maybe you should buy an advertising.
Called the wrong department.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I don't think people understand how that works. I think it'll be fun. Yeah, I bet it would be a lot of fun. Like the bands.
For you.
Like the bands that are like, hey, we think it would be a great idea if we did a show with Pipple Toddler. Yeah, I bet you do think it would be a great idea.
Yeah.
You'd like to play to a lot of people. Anyway, this was a voicemail that was left for Jason, who is our big boss, and it is mostly about Monica. Now, is it pretty self-explanatory of what the guy is calling when it talks about the desk, or should I preface that first?
Well, if you've ever watched Bone TV, you see what the radio station is set up like. You know, it's got the 4 microphones around the big thing and stuff, and it's got the board there and everything. Yeah. So that's what this guy is referencing.
So this guy stumbled upon Bone TV and saw Monica and is so obsessed with the fact that her desk is so big that he called the big boss to tell him that her desk was too big. Listen to this.
Good morning. My name is Charlie, and I randomly came across the JP show, and there's a female host, and her desk, it absolutely might be the biggest desk of any desk that I've ever seen. I was actually looking up like cruise lines. I think Princess Cruises, Norwegian Cruise Line, Viking Cruise Line, Virgin Voyages, Holland American, Celebrity Cruises. This woman's desk is twice as big as the largest cruise line ever. I'm fascinated. I'm obsessed. Why does she have that massive desk? She has a little computer, but she might have the biggest desk I've ever seen. No one has a desk that big. O.J. Simpson, the judge in the O.J. Simpson trial, his desk wasn't that large. Anyway, I think I'd like to do a show on your channel. So my number is 818-646. And if you do give me the opportunity to do a show or a podcast on I guess on Cox Media, I'll just take like a little tiny bench. I don't need a massive desk. Anyway, once again, my name is Charlie.
Yeah.
My number is 818-646. I'd like to do a show on your program, but I just need like a little desk, like a little picnic bench. You know how when you're little, you go to the park with your favorite girlfriend, and you sit like a little picnic bench. I don't need like a massive Judge Wapner. What is going on with her desk? I think you can get with what I'm presenting to you. Once again, 818-646. I just want a small desk. Okay, take care. Thank you for listening.
I mean, this was a guy who didn't even listen to the channel, just happened to stumble across the show and was so taken back by Monica's desk that he thought he was going to call, and then was like, I'd like a show.
Yeah.
I'd like a show. That's what we do. We just give out shows to callers now.
He wants a show. Doesn't need a big desk.
No.
Yeah.
No, I could do a show with a fraction of the size of her desk, is
Park
what
bench.
he's saying.
Park bench.
Oh, my God.
I mean, he does make a good point. When you look at the picture, it's like this massive.
But
you
can
don't
tell
get
it's a table.
Right.
There's
It
5 chairs.
It does kind of look like she's this little person at a massive desk. If you think it's a desk,
But
which
what
it's not.
business is it of his?
No.
And how does that translate to him getting a show?
Not show, no. But if you stumble across that, you're like, what the hell's going on here?
I don't know. I find that to be hilarious, and I think that guy, I'm telling you right now, is a mental patient. Anybody that is going to make that phone call, that think that they are going to that they deserve an answer, that they should be explained, that if they can't figure out what they're looking at, that they need that we're going to take time out of our day to explain to him of what he's seeing. That guy's a mental patient.